Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, Food for the Poor Jamaica. The money is pouring into that organization, and I'm just happy to report that they've been getting millions and millions of dollars, US dollars. So, this organization is one of the best organization in the world. And guess what? Jamaica was the first place where they set up to help others. Isn't that amazing? Whenever I talk about food for the poor, not everyone, certainly not. But you have maybe one or two people that would put in the comment that the word poor turns them off, or food for the poor, classifying other people as poor. As long as they're there doing the work, doing and giving us the help that we need. They're the first ones to start going around and giving Jamaicans homes. Jamaica was the first place that they set up to do charity work. So they have been out there for years giving, helping the community with food, homes, and other supplies. So we're hearing this big announcement that they're getting overwhelming support. They're getting support from rappers in America, from, of course, our own entertainers like Shaggy, Sean Paul. A lot of entertainers are giving money to Food for the Poor. And I heard Sean Paul was saying that some rappers, like Pitbull and some others, I believe the other person was Wiz Khalifa, connected with him to give him money for his foundation, and maybe he has in turn put some money into Food for the Poor from them as well. So he has partnered with Food for the Poor because he has his own foundation. So there's a lot of money pouring into Food for the Poor, and they have turned around now and said, hey, we will be giving back this amount to Jamaica. So it is $5 million US that they'll be putting into the community, which will be used to repair or rebuild homes. So that is just a very good announcement, because we know that the homeless situation is real. Even before Melissa, there was issues, lots of issues, because we have thousands are living in dangerous situations, or are very compromised. As you know, they would just get whatever products they can put their hands on and literally build a shelter. So most of those shelters were gone, right? And we see Food for the Poor stepping up in a big way. So that is powerful news, and the generosity as well. They have turned around and said they will be spending $5 million back into the rebuilding and, of course, the repairs. Still don't know how it will be done. We don't know. More details will have to come out, because say, for instance, the person had a board home. Would they be replacing it with a board home? What if I had a concrete steel and block home and it's gone or so badly damaged? What would they do? Are they going to replace it with block and steel? So there's a lot of questions around that. So we have to watch and see what's going on, because we know what's going on now. A lot of people that had the board homes, zinc homes, are now asking for block and steel homes. And there's more than one occasion I saw on YouTube, people are saying they don't want any board homes. They don't want any board homes anymore. Board homes, and then there's board homes, because if it's professionally built, high quality material and very good workmanship, it will stand up. We never heard any issues in Beryl. I've yet to confirm. I haven't seen anything on YouTube to say that any of the homes built by Food for the Poor suffered in Melissa, which was a category 5. So it all depends on the workmanship and, of course, the material that was put into the building of the home, because you have some very, very strong board or wood homes. Thing is, again, with the Food for the Poor home, you can see how they make sure that the roofs are peaked, so it breaks the wind. When you have those flat roofs, 90% of the time they will go in heavy winds, right? So we know what is to be done, but sometimes they continue to take shortcuts, but it must be peaked. There's things that they have done to make sure that they perform at the highest level, and they have really performed. We are so glad that they have established themselves here in Jamaica because they are such a wonderful gift. So let's look at how they build safe homes for families who are not able to afford building a home for themselves, right? So safe, sturdy housing is the foundation of building a new life for, the people on the lower economic scale. But how do they construct a home that is efficient and cost effective at the same time? So we know they can't use block and steel because that's expensive now. So they're using wood, but they use a good quality wood. And these wood, they are treated, right? So people want to come home to a safe home, a comfortable home, and at the same time, it's not costing that family anything to go in there. They have to be very efficient with what they're providing, right? So usually the families are coming from poorly built homes. Usually sometimes they have a dirt floor, roofs that leak, rotten roofs, rotten zinc, and fragile doors. We've seen homes that basically you can look through them from like scraps of wood, tin, zinc, whatever they can get their hands on, offer any peace of mind, especially for the children. And there's no security, right? You just hoping on a wing and a prayer that no one invades a home or there's not a catastrophic event, right? So Food for the Poor builds safe, secure homes for poor families. And they've been doing that since 1982. So they not only do it in Jamaica, they're doing it in other countries. And so far, built, well, the stats from last year said they've built over 92,000 homes. They are skilled with it. They have people who are skilled and people who are volunteers as well. So as you can see, they made sure that the home has a proper foundation. I saw a home being built a couple days ago on YouTube, and the lady was standing there and saying she's trying to build a home for her parents. There were people volunteering and there was no foundation. So it's going to be the same thing all over again. So we need a foundation, a proper, usually cement foundation, so that the home is anchored. Use proper materials as well. They use, of course, as I mentioned, they're using proper materials, good quality material to build the home. Sometimes they usually build more than one home, right? So if they're building a home, say 2 miles or a mile away, the two homes are going up at the same time. So that uses, manpower is best used that way. Only takes a few days to get the homes up and running, because they have like 9-10 persons working on the home, so it's going to be finished in record time. Anyone can volunteer to build a home for Food for the Poor, and they're always looking for skilled people as well. So you can go on Food for the Poor website and sign up as a volunteer. Going around to build homes, I don't know if they're still offering to build, because that they go from parish to parish and they've been, dropping homes here and there. I don't know because of the hurricane, on hold for a little bit, because now they're going to take on the West. They'll be repairing and rebuilding homes in the West. You can contact them if you think you're in dire situation and you need a home. You could contact them and see. Right now, as it stands right now, I'm not sure if they're processing applications in that regard, but because they're going to be focusing on the other piece I mentioned. What I like about it is that it comes with a full washroom. You don't have to go outside. Indoor plumbing. You have your kitchen as well in there. There's a big living space, and they're now making them with lofts. So there's an extra space to sleep up there, to put a bed. Not a huge space, but someone can sleep there. You can add as you go along. You can add. We have to try our best to be as independent as possible. So if you're getting like 3 rooms plus the loft, you can easily try to add another room or two. It's just a start. So, and you can make it your own. A lot of people are saying they don't like the look of the food for the poor home because they're easily identified. People know that they're food for the poor homes. So, how do you go around that if you think you don't want your home to be identified as such? Again, most people don't have a problem with it, but if you yourself don't like it, then you can always go. They have a lot of things at the hardware store that you can use to make your home look different. You could put landscaping around it as well, a lot of plants, and put a nice patio in front, and also put some plants, put large plants around it. You can change the porch. The look of the porch can be changed. And also, if you want to go even further, you can change the doors and the windows. Make it your own. You can also put those, they have a lot of different fake bricks, decorative bricks. You can put that around the home as well. So that's a start to make it look different if you want to do that, right? There's so many options, so many things you can do to make it your own. And for the inside, because you're getting a big room, you can even put a partition, two people can sleep plus the loft. Or if you want to make a small space for a television and a sitting area, you could do that as well. You just make it your own until you're able to add to that home. It's a start. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Always need the help of masons, carpenters, painters, and plumbers. Need skilled help as well as people who are not skilled, because you have both working alongside each other. Skilled guiding the unskilled. Yeah, so that's a good way of giving back, right? You can give back. If you don't have money, you can always give by service. We've come to the end of the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others. Bye for now. See you on the next video.